Today we focus on Anandamaya, the bliss or soul layer. Some even call it the heart layer. So let's geek a little bit about the heart in this video, and you will discover how the yogic philosophy is actually related and has been proven by modern day science. The yogis said that the heart layer represents a state of profound peace, joy, and well-being when the individual is connected and in tune with it. They also said that through this layer, we can experience a sense of interconnectedness with all existence. So let's look at the science behind the heart and how gratitude, a feeling generated in the heart, impacts our life at all levels. I don't know if you knew, but the heart contains over 40,000 sensory neurons and sends more signals to the brain than it receives. This is done through the vagus nerve, a key pathway for emotional regulation and stress recovery. We saw it previously. It's the one responsible for the shift between the parasympathetic mode and the sympathetic mode within the nervous system. It links all our internal organs and vital functions to the brain and heart. When you access a heartfelt emotion like gratitude, your heartbeat shifts into a smooth sine wave rhythm known as coherence. This coherent signal isn't random. It directly informs brain regions responsible for attention, emotion, and executive function, including the prefrontal cortex and the amygdala. In other words, the way your heart beats when you are grateful changes how your brain functions. So let's look at what gratitude does to the body and the brain. Gratitude isn't just a state of mind, it's a state of the body. What makes gratitude so powerful is not only how it feels, but also how it travels through our physiology, especially the heart-brain axis. When you feel genuine appreciation, you activate a cascade of biological responses that begin in the heart and directly influence the brain, the nervous system, and the immune function. Let's first look at brain-level effects of gratitude. We have, first of all, the activation of the prefrontal cortex, which enhances focus, empathy, emotion regulation, and goal-directed behavior. This supports our long-term planning and delayed gratification. Second, we have a reduced activity in the amygdala. So this lowers emotional reactivity, fear responses, and threat detection, which contributes to greater resilience. Third, we have the release of dopamine and serotonin. The dopamine reinforces positive habits and motivation, and serotonin supports mood stability and internal contentment. This all reduces excessive striving. Also, we have to note that serotonin in some cases favors the release of oxytocin. This is particularly the case when we are in an emotional safety context. And the release of oxytocin fosters feelings of trust, bonding, and pro-social behavior like generosity and cooperation. And finally, we have the deactivation of the default mode network, which reduces self-critical rumination and promotes presence, social attunement, and psychological flexibility. Together, all these neural effects explain why gratitude makes people more emotionally balanced, more socially connected, and more intrinsically motivated to act from a place of sufficiency rather than lack. Now, let's look at the physiological effects on the body. Gratitude increases heart rate variability, or what we know as HRV, and also coherence. This leads to a greater nervous system flexibility. It also lowers cortisol, the stress hormone. It reduces inflammatory markers associated with chronic stress, and it boosts secretory immunoglobulin A. It's an antibody type of protein produced by our immune system. Basically, it's our frontline immune defense found in the body's mucous membranes. I had to Google this. Anyway, these effects combine to enhance both mental resilience and immune protection, showing how gratitude works through a neurocardiac and biochemical pathways, not just through positive thinking. Now, let's look at what's the most effective form of gratitude practice. Science shows that not all gratitude practices are equal, and the most potent and lasting effects happen when the practice includes these three elements. First, you have the story, the narrative behind the gratitude. You should be recalling a specific moment when someone expressed genuine gratitude for you, not you giving gratitude, it's you receiving gratitude. This can be yourself, grateful for yourself or for actions you did for yourself. You have to go beyond I am grateful for and relive the memory in detail. What happened? How did it feel? What it meant? At least remember the whole story in details the first time when you practice using this story. I recommend you always do use the same story. You can recall the story without all the details when you practice with it later on. It will work just fine. The second element is genuine emotion. So don't just think grateful, you have to feel it in your body. Let your chest feel warm, put a smile on your face. It's only the genuine emotion that will trigger the brain and heart to synchronize. And finally, you need to have a calm physiological state. So make sure you are relaxed and breathing slowly, focusing on your heart to access coherence. This primes the nervous system to encode the experience deeply. Personally, I practice gratitude on the mat every day, and I thank myself for showing up for my health, physically, mentally, and spiritually. And that works just fine. It's perfect because that has been working great for me. I always do it after a few rounds of mindful breath. So that's when my body is most calm and relaxed, and my gratitude is effective, I would say. How much practice is enough? Just 1 minute per session, 3 times per week is scientifically proven to yield results. More is great, but consistency better than duration. So to summarize, practicing gratitude regularly boosts HRV and strengthens heart-brain coherence. It activates calming neurochemicals like serotonin and oxytocin that reduces inner pressure. It rewires the brain's emotional and motivational circuits. And it cultivates a deeper sense of safety, sufficiency, and joy. And finally, number 5, it makes you more resilient, more socially connected, and more motivated from within. It's not about being positive, it's about creating neural and physiological environment in which healing, clarity, and connection can thrive. And I leave you with my favorite quote about gratitude. Gratitude turns what we have into enough and more. Thank you for watching, and I want you to know that I am super grateful for you, for your presence, for your participation in this challenge, for your contribution to hopefully a better, brighter future on Earth for all. Love you. See you in the next one.